What happens when you eat ice cream too fast, and suddenly your head feels like it's being stabbed from the inside? The pain can hit in just a few seconds. Your forehead starts throbbing, the back of your head may start hurting too, and sometimes the pain can even feel like it's reaching your eyes. But your brain isn't actually freezing. This phenomenon is known as brain freeze, or medically, a cold stimulus headache. And what's interesting is that your body is actually having a kind of emergency response when extreme cold suddenly hits a specific area inside your mouth. But why does something cold in your mouth end up causing a headache? And what's actually happening inside your body during those few seconds? Here are 6 things that happen to your body when you get brain freeze.
1. The roof of your mouth suddenly gets cold. It all starts when you swallow something extremely cold, like ice cream, ice cubes, or a cold drink that immediately hits the roof of your mouth. This area has a lot of blood vessels and nerves that are extremely sensitive to changes in temperature. When something really cold touches it, the temperature of the surrounding tissue drops rapidly. Your body immediately detects the change. The problem is, your body doesn't like sudden, extreme changes in temperature. So your body starts responding to protect that tissue. The blood vessels in the area can quickly change in size. And this is where the brain freeze chain reaction begins. But that still doesn't explain why your head is the part that hurts. The answer is in the next step. 2. The blood vessels in your mouth react quickly. When the roof of your mouth is hit by extreme cold, the blood vessels in that area can constrict first. Then, your body tries to bring the temperature back to normal by causing those blood vessels to widen again. These rapid changes can stimulate pain receptors around the area. One of the major nerve pathways involved in this process is the trigeminal nerve. This nerve carries a lot of the sensations from your face, mouth, nose, and head to your brain. So when part of your mouth gets hit with extreme cold, that signal can travel through the same nerve pathway that carries sensations from your head, and your brain can experience something called referred pain. That means the source of the stimulation is in one place, but you actually feel the pain somewhere else. That's why ice cream can be freezing cold in your mouth, but somehow make your forehead hurt. But it doesn't stop there, because once that cold signal is detected, the next part involves blood flow inside your head.
3. Blood flow in your head changes too. Your body is constantly trying to keep its internal conditions stable. When your mouth experiences a rapid temperature change, the blood vessels in and around your head can also respond. One blood vessel that has been linked to brain freeze is the anterior cerebral artery, which is located inside your head. When blood vessels change size, certain receptors around them can detect those changes. The signal is then sent through the trigeminal nervous system. Your brain receives that signal as pain. And interestingly, your brain itself doesn't have pain receptors like your skin does. So it's not like your brain is freezing. Instead, the tissues and blood vessels around the brain are what produce the painful sensation. And because the nerve pathways involved are also connected to your face, the pain can be felt in your forehead, temples, or even behind your eyes. That's why brain freeze can feel way more intense than the actual cause. Just a few bites of ice cream, and suddenly it feels like your head has been hit from the inside.
4. Your trigeminal nerve sends a pain signal.
Now we get to the most important part. The trigeminal nerve can basically be thought of as one of the main communication pathways between your face and your brain. This nerve has several branches that carry information from different parts of your face, including your forehead, eyes, nose, and mouth. When your mouth is exposed to extreme cold, this nerve can be triggered. Your brain then receives a signal that something is happening in that area. But because these sensory pathways are connected, your brain can misinterpret where the pain is actually coming from. That's why you feel the pain in your head, even though the actual trigger is inside your mouth. This kind of thing isn't unique to brain freeze. Your body can produce referred pain, meaning you feel pain somewhere far away from where the actual stimulus is coming from. So if your head starts hurting after eating ice cream too quickly, you're not imagining it. There's an actual neurological process happening. But now there's another question. If this process is so complicated, why does brain freeze usually disappear so quickly?
5. Your body tries to bring the temperature back to normal.
This is what makes brain freeze disappear so quickly. Once the cold stimulus stops, the temperature inside your mouth gradually returns to normal. The blood vessels are no longer dealing with such an extreme temperature change. The signals that were triggering the pain response start to decrease, and your brain is no longer receiving the same strong stimulus. That's why brain freeze usually lasts only a few seconds to a few minutes. The sooner you stop eating or drinking something cold, the faster the sensation will usually go away. For example, you can stop eating the ice cream for a moment, press your tongue against the roof of your mouth to help warm it up, or drink something closer to room temperature. The basic idea is simple. Remove the cold stimulus, let your mouth warm back up, and your body will shut down the response. But there's one more interesting thing. Why do some people get brain freeze really easily, while other people can eat ice cream non-stop without even flinching? That brings us to the final point.
6.
Your brain isn't actually freezing. This might be the most important fact of all. The name brain freeze is actually a little misleading. Your brain isn't freezing. Your brain temperature doesn't suddenly drop just because you ate some ice cream. What's happening is a chain reaction caused by cold stimulation inside your mouth and the surrounding areas of your head. And everyone's sensitivity can be different. Some people are simply more prone to brain freeze, especially when cold food or drinks hit the roof of their mouth quickly. The speed at which you eat can matter too. If you eat ice cream slowly, the cold stimulation happens more gradually. But if you take a huge bite of ice cream and press it directly against the roof of your mouth, the temperature can change much faster. And the faster that change happens, the more likely you are to trigger a brain freeze. So your body isn't actually being damaged. Your body is trying to protect itself after experiencing an extreme temperature change. That's why the sensation can feel intense, but it's usually not dangerous. However, if the headache is extremely severe, lasts for a long time, happens frequently without any cold trigger, or comes with other unusual symptoms, that's different from a typical brain freeze and shouldn't simply be ignored. So next time you eat ice cream and suddenly feel like your head is being stabbed from the inside, remember one thing. Your brain isn't actually freezing. What's happening is that your body detects extreme cold, your blood vessels react, your trigeminal nerve sends signals, and your brain interprets that chain of signals as pain in your head. And all of that can happen in just a matter of seconds. So maybe the problem isn't that the ice cream is too cold. Maybe the problem is that you're eating it too fast.